A warm welcome to another short REST tutorial on SharePoint REST development. We will have a look at how to create a REST application using the SharePoint Classic page. As usual, you just have to construct your REST URL, and the limit is just your imagination to get your app done. All you need is just HTML, CSS, JavaScript knowledge. What is a SharePoint Classic page? It is a nice but old page in SharePoint called Wiki page where you can add many web paths or app paths. You can do many useful actions like adding list views, adding filter web paths or business data catalog web paths, and create nice dashboards, add the different functionalities to different zones. You can drag and drop the app paths. It is very simple and easy to create. You do not need any coding knowledge. You can just drag and drop and most of your functionality is met. But why REST in SharePoint Classic page? Though many custom web paths are available, some of your business needs are not met. And you don't want to open Visual Studio and start coding. Hence, HTML, CSS, JavaScript skills can be very easy to get your requirements done very quickly by using the JavaScript and REST API. You get the URL for your functionality and get the UI done in HTML, do the logic in JavaScript, and you're all done. In this particular tutorial, we will learn how to display today's items in the site which you created today. Many times you're working on various files and various items in SharePoint, and you might want to find out what are the items you've created today. What are the items you're working on today? So in that case, we will use the search API and find the items which are created today using the keyword query language write equal to today. After that, we will learn to write the HTML, CSS, JavaScript code, and finally we will add the code to a page either using script editor or content editor web part. So this tutorial is fundamental to understanding the business logic writing behind SharePoint using REST API. You can extend this to SharePoint framework or any other complex applications using SharePoint add-ins also. Pretty much it's the same. But if you know this, I highly recommend that test your application using this technique, and then you can go ahead and reuse that either using SharePoint add-in or SharePoint framework app. So let's get started. First, you need to get the URL ready. The URL for getting the items which are created today are using the search API. We have to pass the query text write :today. As usual, we pass the accept and content type application JSON or data equal to verbose. And here we will focus on reading the response. What are the properties we are going to read? We are going to read the path and the title. So when we search for this particular query, the output is a big XML file and we need to focus on the keywords title and the path. So both the title and the path contain the link to the document and the name of the document. When I give the search query in the URL, the results are returned in an XML format and you have a huge list returned. So we will be focusing on the table. So look at this relevant results. So within the relevant results, we have the items inside the table, and within the table we have different rows and we have the rank and the document ID, and we'll be focusing on the title, and then we have the path. So if you try to give a search in this particular site, say write equal to today, So this is the output you get, REST search and today. So many times people might not know the keyword query needed to do this. So we can create complex apps also. And this is the app we have created. So let me go back to the site. Let's go to this SharePoint research page. I'm just clicking get today's work and the results are displayed in my way. You can modify the CSS based on your needs. And once I select this link, the links open up in a new page. Or the documents can be downloaded based on your needs. Coming back, we'll start off by understanding the HTML code. So first you add a link to the Bootstrap or jQuery and other external files. And we'll just have a simple div element to the rest. I'm just using REST Thangu. And within that, next I'm going to add the items. And now we need to get the button where we're going to call the do rest tango, which will do the complex functionality or simple functionality. And finally, I have the div ID get data where the results will be displayed. It can be a simple paragraph or list items or table based on your convenience. So I'm just having a simple button. It will look like this, get today's date. I'm using the Bootstrap button BTN primary to get the blue look. Now we need to look at the logic. So for any REST API, this is the jQuery code, jQuery.ajax. You have to pass the URL. The URL is the full URL. So look at the site URL. We get the URL using sppage context info.web absolute URL so that you can reuse the code on any SharePoint site. Then we append that with the REST URL, which is API search query text equal to write colon today. So this REST URL will be modified based on your business need. And the full URL is a combination of site URL and REST URL. Based on your business need, the REST type can be get, put, post, patch, update, or delete. So you just need to sit and think what kind of request it is. So here we are just calling the Ajax and we are just going to call the get method. So based on your need, you have to modify the onQuery succeeded get and onQuery failed function. That's all. So the code is going to remain the same and you might just have to modify the functionality based on the REST URL. And if it is a GET request, you might have to spend some time understanding the results which are returned and passing and displaying the data you need. In this particular example, the results are of the format. You have a query and the relevant results. Within that, I have the rows count, which contains the number of search items returned. Based on that, I'm going to look at the results. So the results are in results, cells, and in the results array, and the items are in the third row and in the sixth row. So based on your business need, you analyze the JSON results and write the code accordingly. So in this particular example, so I'm going to get the row count using data.d.query primary query result relevant results.row count, and based on the row count, and then I'm going to for each row I'm just going to call the results of 3.value. Similarly, I'm going to call the URL value path search result path using the results of 6.value. Then I'm going to construct the HTML content using a href equal to path URL and the title will be the search title. So let's go ahead and look at a simple demo where we get the search results, view the results, pass the selected data. So I go to the site pages in your SharePoint page. Let me just create the wiki page. So let's say REST search demo. And once you create or in an existing page you can add, just create the page, and once it's created, you can insert the either the script editor web part or the content editor web part. So let's add the script editor web part, select add, and then you just need to copy paste the code after you edit the web part. So let me just edit the web part, select web part properties and select edit snippet, and I paste the code here and select insert, and you click apply and select OK. and save. So once this is done, I just select get today's work and all the results are displayed. Just now I've created the REST search demo and this is also displayed. Now sometimes you might have to do the code using a content editor web part itself because you can upload the code in one place. Let's say we have uploaded the code in site assets library. I have the REST search.js. I upload the code in site assets library. Then I go to the web page where I want to add. I'll click edit page and then I select insert and select web part and scroll down and select media and content, select content editor, select add. Now I've already added. So let's look at the properties. So you can just drag and drop it in case the alignment is not proper. Over here, I just put the link to sites dev, the relative link site assets library and the REST codes REST search.js. So the advantage is you have the code in one place and you might just have to update that and it speeds up your development. I'll select OK. And once this is done, I'll click save. So I can call the code from here. So I can have the code I can call the same code in any site, be it on premise or online. It's very nice. You just can use it on any version of SharePoint also after some testing. So I click this page. This is a different SharePoint online page. I select this and the results are displayed. So as a quick summary, we learned how to get the REST API up working on a SharePoint Classic page. We get the REST URL ready, be that search or list or users, then get the HTML and JavaScript code ready, then add the code to SharePoint Classic page either using script editor or content editor web part. So this can be a quick jumpstart to writing complex applications using SharePoint add-in or provider hosted or SharePoint framework apps. But this is very useful when you don't have reusable application but specific application for a specific page, and it is very quick also. So thank you so much. Enjoy. Rest in peace with REST applications. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.